Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the special combined meeting on May 21st. My name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant, and we are a group of vendors who are here to help each other grow our businesses and also to help any restaurant operator with any special issues they may have. And we invite you to give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com. I want to, 1 second. I want to welcome William Raymond as our newest official member. Welcome aboard, William.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
And we have a couple of new folks here this morning. Azalea, you want to introduce them?
Yeah, Howard. So, as you guys know, I'm a restaurant business broker and commercial agent in South Florida. And a lot of our clients, unfortunately, there's something that's not right with the ADA compliance and they're getting sued. So my brother connected me with Gino a couple weeks ago. And what he does, I'll let him explain, but he goes in there and makes sure that there's no ADA violations. So then these hardworking, awesome restaurant people that we work with don't get sued out of the blue for something they didn't even know that they were a rule that they were breaking. So that's Gino. And then Fabrizio is one of the clients that I'm working with right now. He's got a really good coffee shop in South Miami, and they're growing, they're expanding. So I've been nagging him for the last couple of weeks to get on here so he can connect with you guys and get to know everything that you guys do. Because as they keep growing, I think it'd be great to be connected with you guys. So those are the two guys that are on here that I invited.
Good. Well, thank you. For both of you, if you wouldn't mind, put your contact information in the chat so that I can add it to the spreadsheet so we can send it out to everybody. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm going to get into the intros because a couple of people had some special timing. Terry Ark, why don't you start us off?
Unknown comment. Good morning, everybody, and I'm finally trying to get back into the swing of things over here. I've been dealing with some issues, the loss of my mother, but I am a 23-year veteran of the promotional products industry. Started my own company back in 2018, so I can provide anything that you can possibly think of that you want to put your company logo on. Everything from table covers to banners to napkins to all kinds of different things that you want to promote your company. You can make sure that people remember you by handing them something. I also work with restaurants. If you have any form of a display where you want to make a little bit of extra money, I work with vendors to try to get them to lower the prices so you can sell product at a sellable price. So with your logo on it. So that's a little way, another way that you can help to get your prospects and customers to remember you. I'm here in Boca Raton, 561-308-1393.
When you introduce yourself this morning, tell everybody which group you're from. Because we
Sorry, 11 o'clock
right.
Meeting. Yes, I should know that by now, right? Thank
Terry's
you. Sorry.
11 o'clock. All right. The ADA gentlemen, would you please give us your intro? Tell us who you are, what you do, where you're located, and how we can reach you.
Sure. My name is Gino, or Gene Matera is my legal name. I'm a certified access specialist. I'm licensed under the Division of the State Architect of California because they're the only state that actually gives a test for what I do to prove that I know what I'm talking about. And I've been a licensed I work all around the country, and I live in Southwest Florida. In Florida, the state legislature became tired of the number of ADA lawsuits being filed and recently created a law in, I believe, 2021, where people with my certification can verify that a business conforms to the law. And once we give you a certificate of conformity, if a lawsuit is filed against you, the court has been ordered by the legislature to give deference to my certification. And the result has been not only the courts have been dismissing the lawsuits, but when the other side refuses to dismiss it, there have been sanctions levied, which means that the lawyer who was suing you has to pay some of your attorney's fees for a frivolous lawsuit, because there's only one way to beat the ADA, and that's to comply with it. But the problem in Florida is they're suing places that have nothing wrong with them. So even if you comply with the law, you may get sued by a lawyer that thinks he can get you to pay him a couple of $1,000 just to make him go away, even though you're doing nothing wrong. And that's why Azalea invited me here today, because her clients have had me help them prevent litigation for them, and she thinks that it's a noteworthy service for everyone. My website is ada-expert.com. I also have adaexpert.com without the hyphen, but the original website was ADA-expert, so I've kept it. There's a ton of information there about what I do, way to contact me, which I've also put in the chat, my email address and my phone number. And I'm available 24/7 to answer any questions for my clients, and of course, schedule an inspection for anyone who wants to make sure they're compliant. And if for some reason you do have violations, we also provide the service of working with you and your contractors to make sure that the work is done correctly and that you're not just creating more problems for yourself, because there's nothing worse than having someone fix something wrong. Because when you do something wrong, it costs you 3 times as much. It costs you the money to do it wrong, and it costs you the money to take it out, and then costs you the money to do it right, which is what you should have done in the first place. So that's the real value of my service, is getting it done right the first time and then never having to worry about it again.
Okay, sounds great. Well, as I said, send me an email or put your information in the chat.
The info is there. If you would send me your email, I'll give you some more information. It'd be my pleasure.
Let me ask you a question. What type of problems do you run into for these ADA problems that people get sued for? Give me a couple examples.
So it could start in the parking lot, where there could be slopes or improper routes to get from the car into the business. Maybe the ramp's too steep. Maybe a tree root has gotten underneath the pavement and buckled it. And now I also have cases where people have trip and fall injuries that are not disabled. And it's the same thing. It's risk management. So the same problems that are ADA violations are trip and fall hazards. So it's not just the ADA. This is risk management. This is customer service. This is common sense things that people don't realize are wrong with their business, such as bathrooms not having grab bars, or even putting something in the wrong place where it's blocking something you don't even know that you're blocking. You see, the most important thing to know is you don't know what you don't know. And certainty is what I sell. I give you the knowledge to know either you're right or you're wrong. And if you're wrong, generally fixes are easier than you think.
Hey, Gina, does
Yeah.
the certification need to be in place prior to receiving any notice or lawsuit? So
It does, but so the good news is, even though the certification only prevents litigation if it's in place prior to it being filed, the law as it currently stands terminates litigation once you come into full compliance. So even if you've been sued, I can help you remediate the problems and come into compliance, and then the opposing counsel would either dismiss the litigation voluntarily, or you would have your attorney file a motion for summary judgment based on the fact that it's been abated. And that is the good thing as the law has evolved, because it used to be, there was a thing known as the catalyst theory. So when you fix something, you were basically admitting guilt. That changed around 2001. The Supreme Court held in a case known as Buchanan Board and Care versus the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Services, that if you complete the compliance in such a way that it's not likely to reoccur, the case would be moot, and then there would be no shifting of attorney's fees, which is why they file these cases. Labor law and the ADA, you're paying the other attorney. When you get sued, you're paying their attorney. So it's a hustle for the attorney. The plaintiff receives no damages in Florida.
Well, they're going after
gets none of the money.
going after the low-hanging fruit, and I've had many of my clients have to participate in these. How long typically does it take from the time that they're notified by that attorney to typically settlement? Is this something that moves fast, or is it something that can drag out for years, giving our clients enough time to come into compliance? How can our clients delay that settlement?
So a lot of this has to do with the judge. It's kind of luck of the draw. Some judges move cases faster than others.
Okay.
The good news is if you do it before you get sued, compliance is generally easy and quick. And the best news is if you have nothing wrong and I give you a certificate of conformity, you might be fighting a war that you shouldn't be fighting. I just had a client that settled the case and had nothing wrong with the shopping center. I said, I don't know why you settled this. You didn't have anything wrong here. So it's just as much being aware of what's right and wrong as anything else.
Can I add
Do
one more
you
thing?
do you run
I
into situations with ADA compliance on websites?
Oh, that's a brand new area that I actually have a whole division that I am working on replacing. I don't know if you're familiar with what's known as a widget, these Accessibee and Equal Web and these companies that sell these widgets. Turns out they're a fraud. They're not really fixing your website. They're putting their software on a overlay to your code, and it's only accessed through a license that doesn't comply with the law. So people are even getting sued after buying these compliance products. So the only way to fix a website is to actually fix the code at the website level. And we're actually beginning a program. I haven't completed, all of the mechanics of what it's going to take to be able to do this. But the problem is the cost of manual remediation and auditing has been so expensive that small businesses can't afford it. So they're buying these $59 a month SaaS products, and honestly, they're not getting protection from them. So I'm trying to design a product that's affordable for a small business, especially one with a static website that isn't updated often, where we could give you the product for $59 a month, but actually fix your website so you're in compliance and not relying on. See, the thing about these software as a service products is they make it so that if you unsubscribe, your website falls out of compliance immediately and you're back to square
Here's
one.
the thing. Here's the thing. I think most people that are on today and people in general don't know about ADA compliance on a website.
You're
So
right.
give them a short explanation of what I'm talking about, what you're talking about, so they understand the whole overall idea of what's going on with ADA compliant on a website.
Sure. So about 10 years ago, lawyers started filing lawsuits on websites, and they base it on the WCAG, which is the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. And that's created by a group known as the W3C. And they are the World Wide Web Consortium. And what they did is they created these success criteria, which allows for people with disabilities to shop on a website. Some of it involves the use of a screen reader. Blind people can't see a website, so they use a device known as a screen reader that reads the website to them. And for that screen reader to work, your website's code has to be formatted in such a way that the screen reader can translate it so that the blind person knows what is on the website. Other features involve flashing lights for people with epilepsy, or color contrast for people with perception issues. There are a myriad of different areas of compliance, just like the physical ADA. It's intentionally made to be confusing. This is something designed by lawyers for lawyers. Don't try this at home. I always tell this. Professional on a closed course. Don't try this at home. It's meant to confuse you. It's just like when I first took a physics class and the professor wrote 50 symbols on the board and he said, do you know what any of these mean? Forget it. They all mean real life things. We do this to confuse you so not everyone becomes a physicist. Well, it's the same thing with law. They make the law so confusing that if you try and do it by yourself, you're going to just wind up getting yourself in more trouble because there's nothing but traps. And
just so you know, Gino, we have an attorney on the meeting this morning.
Well, he'll agree with every word I said, or he will agree with every word I said. I guarantee it.
Well, I was just going to ask him if you had any thoughts on it, Elliot.
So interesting enough, so I'm a business transactional attorney. I do not engage in litigation. I have had two clients in the past where we got cease and desist and demand letters on behalf of plaintiffs claiming that their websites were not in compliance because they were visually impaired. And we were able to resolve both issues fairly quickly. And I think you mentioned, Gino, you do work with clients outside of Florida as well?
I work across the country.
Yeah. So, it's an issue. For me, with my clients, it's only come up twice. But again, they were both website issues, not physical retail issues.
Well,
Yeah.
the one thing I would suggest, just real quick, for the business transactional work, when you're representing somebody making an acquisition, the only opportunity for them to have this paid for is when they're making the acquisition. You could put this on the balance sheet. I just had a client buy 5 office buildings in West Palm Beach, Boca Raton, and Fort Lauderdale area. He paid over $10 million for the 5 buildings, and our total compliance cost for 5 buildings was upwards of $200,000. I'm not sure that he got it all knocked off the price, but I guarantee you he got something because he was happy to pay my bill. So
can I?
Sure.
I'm going to move on. I want Terry to ask a question, and then we're going to move on.
Yeah,
Terry?
no, I actually wanted to address Ben's original question about another example, because I used to work for a hospital in their legal department, and one of the issues, and I don't know if this is the same for restaurants, I'm assuming it's the same, the walkways have to be a minimum width. The bathroom doors have to be a minimum width for somebody to get in with a wheelchair. If that is not, we've literally had to open up walkways for people to get through. So I'm assuming it's the same for restaurants as offices.
But also fire codes. So these laws all go hand in hand, and it becomes a risk management net, really. And yes, it's the pathways, the doorways, the elements within the business. And that's why I say there are so many different aspects to it. Unless you're a professional, you just don't know what you don't know. And that's the dangerous thing here. Businesses crave certainty. I sell certainty.
Hey, Gino, if you wouldn't mind, if any other people have any questions at the moment, just hang around towards the end of the meeting so that we can get people
My pleasure.
to.
Let everybody else go. Anybody wants to stay late, I'll stay late after school.
All right, I want to get Steve before you run, Steve.
Well, I'm about to run. Well, anyway, I'll do a 30-second intro. I'm Steve Whitehill. I own Anchor Business Brokers, and we sell all sorts of businesses, including restaurants of all sorts. And on that note, I'm going to say, pleasure, very interesting listening to you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Okay. I want to reintroduce Bill because he's our newest member, and a lot of you don't know who he is or what he does. So, Bill, tell us who you are. Bill
Yes, good
Raymond.
morning. Good morning, guys. It is a pleasure to officially be on the team. So thank you for the invite, and you guys have been awesome. And I got to tell you before I begin on my stuff, this is such an educational thing for me as well, especially with all the different facets of the business that this group represents. So I'm learning as I'm watching, and it's super awesome. So thanks for that. So my name is William Raymond. I'm with a company called Primetime Hospitality Services, and what we do is we focus on restaurant cleaning. So primarily it's floors, bathrooms, high cleaning, deep cleaning, things like that, as well as equipment, grills. What we do is we work with the restaurant owners or ownership group to give them a reliable cleaning resource, for their restaurants. And I'll tell you, South Florida's got so many, restaurants, bars, nightclubs, things like that. There's some inconsistency in terms of the quality of work that, we're exploring and figuring out as we go along down here. So, we're trying to be that rock for people that they can rely on. And I'm in Boca Raton, Florida, and my number is 786-299-1777.
And Bill is in the 11 o'clock group, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Ed Burton. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ed Gerton with Seacoast Sales. We're located in Orange Park, Florida. We're an equipment supply company that specializes in frozen dessert equipment. Anything for frozen desserts we can handle. So we have ice cream machines from Carpigiani, batch freezers from BGI Industries and Carpigiani, display cases from ISA and GTI Design, mixed treat machines, Viers, drink machines, whipped cream machines. You got it. We can get it. I'm in the 9 o'clock group, and my number is 904-334-4489.
Yeah. Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. And we will be at the Florida Restaurant Show. Yes, dear.
As you can see, my background today is all about the restaurant show and our group having our own aisle there. So we'll talk about it in a bit. John Marinak, good morning.
Good morning, John Marinick. We design restaurants and we're consulting to restaurants. If you need a restaurant design, we're the people to call. We can usually get it turned around pretty quick. And we follow all the ADA compliances and we try to exceed them in certain areas as well. By telling people to use like AI type things that they can, like if somebody's handicapped with hearing and that kind of stuff, they have screens that you can now see and somebody can speak to it, and then it can do sign language for people that are hard of hearing or deaf. Anyway, give us a call if you need it designed. 954-817-1183.
Okay, thank you. And by the way, folks, I'm calling on people as I see them on my board, so I'm trying to go in order so I don't miss anybody. So I'm not playing favorites here at anybody. Brian, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Brian. I'm with a company called Rogue Financial Group. We are a commercial equipment financing company. I primarily focus on the hospitality side. I can work small projects, large projects. They're a little bit of a challenge, as Steve will tell you. I work with some startups, but I work with all different restaurants, franchises, breweries, things like that around the country. Again, I am Brian with our Rogue Financial Group. I'm in the 9 o'clock group. And I can be reached at 404-723-7222. Thanks.
Hey, thank you. Kurt, good morning. Nice to see you again.
Hey, Howard. Thanks for having me. My name's Kurt Hayden. I'm also in the 9 a.m. group with Spot On. We are the #1 rated restaurant technology company according to NerdWallet, G2, and Capterra. I'd love to talk to anybody about, saving them some money on their restaurant technology, on their credit card processing, helping them with their online ordering. The thing that sets Spot On apart is if we still do boots on the ground. You're not calling a 1-800 number in China when you need help. Love to help you guys out. My cell phone number is 727-667-3825, and you can reach me at kurt.hayden@spoton.com. Thanks, Howard.
Thank you. Elliot, you still with us? Let's jump over Elliot and go to Jessica. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Kirby. I'm part of the 9 a.m. group as well. And I am a local account executive for Spectrum Business. Spectrum Business is an internet, phone, TV, and cell phone company. Locally, we're in 41 states, and I am in Central Florida, although I can cover anywhere in the nation that's a Spectrum area. So I basically help local businesses and restaurants with their telecommunications services, helping them to get the best rate without having to call an 800 number. So if you know anybody that's opening a new restaurant or business and needs internet, which is pretty much anybody and everybody, then please let me know. Thank you.
Okay,
Oh, and then
thank
my
you.
phone number is 813-326-2246. Email address is jessica.kirby@spectrum.com. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you. Elliot, good morning again.
Good morning, everybody. Elliot Brown, part of the 11 a.m. group. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a business transactional attorney. What does that mean? We help our clients with any type of business transaction. We spend a lot of time advising and drafting, negotiating, and reviewing agreements of all types. We have been very active lately in the purchase and sale of businesses, while the majority of our clients are small to mid-sized businesses, including several in the restaurant space. We do have some larger multinational and international clients. And we also help brands protect their valuable goodwill in those brands by registering them as trademarks. I can be reached at 732-490-8200. And I wish everybody a great Memorial Day weekend.
Okay, thank you. Fabrizio, I didn't call on you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, Howard. Yeah, I'm Fabrizio Alcobe. I'm the CFO of Honey Veil. We're a fast-growing cafe and bakery specializing in matcha, coffee, and baked goods. We started about, I think, like about a year and a half ago in farmers markets. Worked our way to a mobile food trailer, and now have our first brick and mortar, which we opened in December. And we are opening two more locations. One hasn't been signed, and we signed Aventura Mall with the help of Azalea like 2 days ago. So
Question for you.
Congratulations.
thank you.
And these guys have a line out the door every day at their shop. It's wild. There's a line out the door to buy their stuff.
Yeah,
What
awesome.
kind of products do you sell? What kind of
Well, we started we're family business. We started with my mom's sourdough and baked goods like cinnamon rolls, banana bread, um, all sorts of baked goods like sweetbreads, and then now we're doing savory. So we have grilled cheese that's really popular, avocado toast with an egg, and crispy prosciutto, candied bacon. So we have a small savory menu now. We have some onigiris. But our biggest driver right now is our matcha. We have a really high quality matcha we source from Japan. My mom and my two sisters, which are also part of the business, are over in Japan right now at the farm. So we can continue sourcing the best matcha. And we also do coffees, lattes. But yeah, mostly the coffee latte is sort of our claim to fame, with second place being our cinnamon rolls probably. And then we're also developing a pretty good savory menu in our cafe.
The reason I was asking you is because we have two members of the group who aren't here today for the first time. John Bunn is not here today. Probably the first meeting he's missed in 2 years. He has a machine that ties anything, and it's used in a lot of bakeries around the country, where you can just put a box in and it ties it up to go. So that may be something for you to consider. And we also have a member who supplies coffee. He's a coffee roaster, so he may be a good source for you as well. So I will put you in touch with them.
Sure. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I remember those wrappings from when I was a kid. The bakery used to get the box of cookies with the string wrapped around it.
That's right. This company is 108 years old.
Wow. Well, Fabrizio's business is amazing. When I was in there doing the inspection, it was so packed I could barely get to the bathroom.
All right, great. My favorite business broker, Azalea.
I noticed. Steve already left. That's why you said that.
I'm not telling.
My name is Asalia. My name is Asalia. I am a restaurant business broker and commercial realtor in South Florida. I work in Miami-Dade, Broward, West Palm, and currently we have 41 restaurants that we're selling. We can help your clients buy the assets, buy a business, or lease a commercial space. Ideally, I love to find second-generation spaces, kind of like what we're finding for Fabi, something that had a grease trap. Sometimes if they need a hood, sometimes it has a hood, a walk-in cooler, a walk-in freezer, anything that makes the transition from a new location to a restaurant easier. So that's what I do. That's what I focus on, just restaurants. And my number is 786-457-2796. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And thank you for your your participation in this group and bringing new people in. We really appreciate it. I put the hearts on, but I don't know how to do it. Kidding. Steve Geller, good morning.
Hi, good morning, all. Steve Geller, Leasing Solutions, Palisades, New York. I'm in the 11 o'clock group, and I'm a commercial finance person, mostly equipment, much like Brian. Brian and I, friends, we work together on transactions from time to time, but I'm involved in all industries, including hospitality, all dollar amounts, all credit types, and I can do business acquisition, also working capital, SBA loans. My phone number is 845-362-6106. I can also I do financing nationwide. I can do Puerto Rico. I can do the United Kingdom, and I can do Australia.
Great. Thank you. Matt,
just to point out a quick thing, because he brought up New York, states like New York, there are damages involved with these ADA suits. We don't have to deal with that in Florida because Florida law doesn't allow it. But in New York, a lot of these website cases are coming from New York because the New York state law gives damages in these cases. So that's something else to keep in mind for business owners in states in the Northeast or out West, because that's another component to this. When I heard New York, it just rang that bell. So I wanted to let everybody know that.
Things are only getting worse in New York.
I was born there. It couldn't be any better than when I was there because that was the best.
Yep. Getting worse. All phases of it.
All right. Let's go to Matt.
Good morning, guys. After about 20 years of restaurant operations, I started recruiting. And so I've been recruiting about 10 years now. If any of your all clients or restaurants, the growing restaurants need managers, chefs, anyone in the C-suite, they're probably in my database right now. We've been recruiting for about 33 years, all in the hospitality, but in the last 8 years, we've been expanding into just about any industry that needs a headhunter. I train here, so if anybody just wants quick lessons on how to go about all the different platforms and how they're evolving, I'm happy to talk about that with either you guys or your clients if they're interested in doing it. I'm on the 11 o'clock meeting, 941-993-7610, or mfried@ehsrecruitingcompany.com.
Thank you. Terry Lena, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Terry Lena. I'm with the 11 o'clock group. I do want to say I just returned from the National Restaurant Show, and last year we were in the North Hall, and this year we moved to Lakeside, and I have to say what a big difference when they say location, location, location. We were right in front of where the chefs were presenting, and the traffic was so much better than when we were in the North Side. So if anybody's going to 10 next year, I would recommend going to the Lakeside.
Terry, were you in Chicago?
Yeah, I was in Chicago.
Did you see our pineapple? There's a guy in a pineapple suit. That's an EHS guy.
Oh, no, you know what? I didn't. I did walk over in North Hall and I seen Ergo. And that I felt bad for them because that's where we were last year and the traffic was so slow. It was just amazing to me, just, moving. And we were right behind the ACF, the American Culinary Federation booth. So that really helped us because, they kept bringing customers over as well. So, just want to shout that out because, we spend so much money going to these trade shows and we're all trying to get our return on investment. So I really felt like our whole team felt, if this wasn't successful this year, we weren't going to do it, just because of the traffic. And it really helped us.
Did you see Al there?
I did not. No, I did not. We were really busy and we tried to split the team up and we were just crazy busy. Anyway, Terry Lena, Workwear Outfitters, we manufacture every type of workwear apparel you could possibly imagine, from an apron all the way to front of the house and back of the house. You can reach me at 317-385-2539. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill Clement, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bill Clement. I'm an energy broker, and I help people save money on their gas bill here in Florida and then electric and gas in the other deregulated states. I've mentioned that many a time, so most of you know that. So if you know of anybody that is looking at their bill and they're sick and tired of seeing that eat into their profits, we can help them out. Azalea, she keeps on sending me a lot of different clients, and we've been able to help several. I don't know what happened, Howard, but on my screen, the guy that was talking about everybody else is on the screen, but I couldn't find that guy on the screen that had the place that was open. As you said, they were out the door, but I would love to help him on his gas bill or give me the opportunity. Real quick, I do have an extension on my business that I signed a contract and was started last week. And that is, it's called National Utility Refund. We take 10 of the bills: trash, dumpster, water, sewer, telecom, everything you can think of, internet. And we take all those bills, and as long as they're $8,000 or more for a business, we take all of those, and 80% of every bill that a person gets in their business is being overcharged. And so we take those bills and we do an audit. There's no cost at all, inclined nothing. And then we take the audit. 2 months later, we come back and let them know how much money we've gained. And on average, a business with over 50 employees and over $8,000 in bills usually gets anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 refund. There's no cost involved, and we split the costs in a contract. A business that has 5 or 6 restaurants or whatever, some go up to $100,000 in refunds. It's incredible. This includes payroll taxes and other things like that. So wouldn't you like to know if your business is ripping you, or your utility companies and everybody else is ripping you off with overcharges? This is what we do. It's a national company. It's called National Utility Refund. My number is 813-455-4079, and that's an extension of what I do already as an energy broker, because I already get their invoices and help them with their gas and electric.
Hey, Bill,
I'm on the 11 o'clock class, 11 o'clock group, Howard. we're in a class, right?
Hey, Bill, can you work all over the country or only in Florida?
No, and that it's all over the country. Now we have states that will cooperate better, but we, like California is not one of our better states. New York is great, but New Jersey is hard. But most of the states are easy, and they go back 3 years, and some of the states go back 4 years. So and look, it's just getting us the bills, and they sit back and wait for their money back. So it's just money putting back in their in their coffers, and who wants to give away money that could be back to them? I mean, it's a great thing for me. It's just an extension of my business, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, the PSC here in Alabama, the Public Service Commissioner, there's a big uproar because Alabama Power owns most of the state, and then you have the co-ops, and the incumbent won again, and he's just pocketing the money. And so I may have some clients to send your way. I'm up in Huntsville, Alabama.
Cool. I used to live in Decatur. But
Oh,
thank you.
yeah, right around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Howard, for letting me go early. I have an 11 o'clock, so I'm going to have to go here in a few minutes. But I love this group. Howard and Terry do such a great job. I have other groups that I meet with, and if you want to contact me, they're actually for free. There's one called Mini Shark Tank that I go to on Thursdays twice a month, and so and they're free. There's like 80 or 90 people in there, and then they break up into small groups. So if you want another networking group that you want to be involved in, I've got several that I'm involved with.
All right.
But this one's great, Howard and Terry.
Thank you. Let's go to Fred. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning. I was on mute as always. Hey, Bill, check your email before you go to your meeting because I introduced you to Claudio, and I think that's going to be a really good lead for you. He's got a couple of restaurants. So my name is Fred Bean. I'm founder and CEO of Hotelport. We do a lot of work with hotels, restaurants, and spas. And actually, as a nod to the person that was talking about accessibility, we've actually had some hotels that were sued to the point that they had to take their websites offline until they fixed the issues. And those were expensive problems to have. And it even cost them $25,000 just to make the changes. And this was one of them was a small hotel in Clearwater. So this is the type of thing that can bankrupt a hotel, unfortunately. So we work, as I said, with a lot of hotels, restaurants, and spas. And I think the best way to articulate it is that we help them from a content perspective, using it as infrastructure to help them make sure that they can solve the three primary problems that all businesses have, especially in hospitality. And that is making sure that they can be found, making sure that their information can be trusted, and then making sure that guests can actually get there. So we do that through what we call content verification services. We help them take their source data, create a source of truth, and then we audit it and monitor it across third-party channels and then help them facilitate updates. We've also recently launched our AI voice, text, and chatbot that allows them to activate that source of truth information with verified content that they can answer guest queries with. And then, of course, we also provide AI-powered review response tools. And of course, big foundation, we are trying to launch a culinary skills initiative to help teach food insecure children in Miami-Dade County how to cook so that we can get them into the job market and into higher education. I can be reached at hotelport.com or on LinkedIn, my QR code that's here, or 305-523-9434. And like Bill was saying, this is a great group. Happy to be a part of it. I am with the 11 o'clock people as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Nicholas, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Nick DeSantis. I'm a restaurant insurance specialist with Brown & Brown Insurance, one of the largest insurance retail brokers in the country. Also a former restaurant owner. So I understand how important it is to protect the bottom line. And I can help do that by reducing your insurance costs. I have access to all the competitive programs for restaurants, hotels, etc. And I can help a client with that. So if anybody's in the need of taking a look at their insurance program, they're not happy with their agent, or they're new in business and they just need to get things going, especially like the gentleman Fabrizio, who is starting off with and looking at multiple locations. I'm an insurance expert at helping them grow. Nick DeSantis, I'm part of the 9 a.m. restaurant group, 386-299-9540. Thank you.
Thank you. Ben, good morning.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ben Fisher. I'm the founder and CEO of Zivzo Marketing Group. We're a full-service marketing agency. We provide services from website design, social media, SEO. We do it all. What do you call it? Promotional products, the whole works. So any type of marketing needs that you have or your clients have, we provide it. I also was a restaurant owner. I've owned 51 restaurants, and I'm still standing. And and anybody who has any business, I mean, including your own, we handle clients in various businesses all over the country, from porta potty companies to heart and lung transplant surgeons, and a lot of restaurants and other types of business in between. So if you have a client that needs some marketing, we're happy to pay you. We have a program. We start out year one, you get 10% off the top, year two, 12.5%, year three, 15%. Our average monthly client pays anywhere from $3,000 to $20,000 on monthly services. So if you get a client that's spending $10,000 a month in marketing services, that's going to be 12 grand in your pocket every year. So keep that in mind. And if your business needs some marketing, we're happy to work with you and give you the group discount. So give us a call, and my contact information is hopefully at the bottom of the screen. There it is. Ben Fisher, Zivzo Marketing Agency, 301-801-5476. That's my direct number. Or you can email me at ben@zivzo.com.
Okay, Kevin, good morning.
Morning, everybody. I'm on the 11 o'clock class group. Strategic Supply Chain Partners, what do? We are a free hospitality consulting company. We work with small to mid-sized hospitality groups throughout the U.S. We take their data of what they're purchasing with their broadline distribution partners, the Cisco's, U.S. Foods, Cheney Brothers, et cetera. We find opportunities inside the way those agreements were created. We renegotiate those agreements on behalf of the client. We get favorable terms, favorable distribution costs. We also then go back and look at all the items they're buying, go back directly to the manufacturers, get the manufacturers to lower their price through deviated pricing adjustments and rebate programs. We basically function as an outsourced purchasing department. So for companies that don't have a purchasing person on staff, we basically take that role. And the way we get compensated is we find money, we negotiate savings, and we share in the minority portion of the savings as part of our compensation. Most restaurants buy 350 items to run their restaurants. We average 10% in savings, but the last 4 RFPs that we're doing currently, one's in New York, one's in Delaware, one's in Tennessee, and one's in Louisiana. And the one we just finished in Orlando, we're at 11.2 to 14% savings. So just as you're seeing the prices go up in the grocery stores, guess what's happening in distribution? They're taking profit, increasing pricing, and the client is the end result of that, the client's paying more money. Because we're a free service, we don't charge anything to do the work we do. We can spend many months doing that work, and we find these savings on behalf of our clients, and we work with the client after the new distribution agreements are put in place for a multiple year period to make sure that agreement is actually functioning the way it was intended to function, that the distributor is actually doing what they agreed to do. It's a big job, it's a hard job, it's a very complicated job, and we felt it was very appropriate to just work off of a contingency type of a program. If you want to find out more about it, give me a call at 407-497-9495, or you can check us out at www.ssc.partners. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Kevin, that was not one of my New York leads, was it?
What's that now?
That was not one of my New York leads.
No, this is a group that's out in the Hamptons.
Okay. Yeah. Keep trying those guys.
I will. I appreciate you sending those to me.
Sure.
And Azali as well. Thank you so much.
All right, let's go to Sven.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Sven Jensen, founder of Protier. We've built a specific human resources benefit solution for restaurants and small businesses with flexible staff. So we help businesses like restaurants offer health insurance to their employees. We don't charge for our solution. We are paid by the underwriters. And our clients, after implementing a benefit solution, have been able to significantly improve their employee retention. And actually, in every instance where we've been offered the chance to do an audit, we've improved these businesses' profitability. Effectively, they're spending a lot less time and money recruiting and training employees. They're keeping the same existing employees and upskilling them and providing them with health insurance, which is obviously a vital factor for society to function. We have a referral program for anyone in this group. So if any of your clients in the restaurant industry are struggling with employee retention, if you're a recruiter and trying to make the business more sustainable, or if you're a restaurant owner yourself and you're trying to make sure that your employees don't leave you for the business down the street, I can be reached at Sven, which is SVEN at protier.com, PRO-TIER.com. My cell phone number is 415-568-0527. And our website with a ton of information and helpful articles is at pro-tier.com as well. So thank you for putting this together. And Howard, thanks for having me in this group. I think I've met a lot of people and worked with a bunch of you one-on-one in addition to these groups. And I think we're building some good collaborative business relationships.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to mention that Azalea, Fred, and Sven are building a very robust LinkedIn presence. And for those of you who are not posting during the week, or for those of you who are not commenting on our members' posts, I think you should. It helps them and it'll help you. So good work, guys, and keep it up.
Thank you, Howard. You've been great about that, by the way. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Rick. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Rick Israel with Lifeline Insurance Consultants. I'm part of the 9 o'clock/8 o'clock group because I am in Alabama. We are a central time zone. So I usually have to wake up a little bit earlier to be here, but glad to be part of this group as a multi-group. I'm glad we were able to get this together today. But we are an independent insurance consulting firm. We do very similar to what Sven does and what Nick does. But in Alabama, we cannot offer health insurance through Blue Cross Blue Shield. So what we do is we offer what we call gap insurance, which covers the first $4,000 to $5,000 worth of your deductible. So that helps the employee out as far as what's going out of their pocket. After that, we then roll those individuals who are going into Medicare into a Medicare plan. That is our niche. And we also do life insurance, which is why I have the parachute people behind me, the skydivers, because just to let you know that if you skydive, you cannot get life insurance. It's too risky. So keep that in mind.
Makes sense.
What's that?
Why?
Ben, I'll give you a real quick story. We've got a client who.
Well, wait. I skydived.
Well,
I used to.
We have a client, my partner's client, who has skydived twice, parachute failed twice.
Oh my
God. The second time he hit the ground so hard that he broke almost every bone in his body, still lived, okay, lost his job. The disability insurance did not pay because they did not know that he was a skydiver. Skydiving is the same thing as being a pilot. Okay, so you've got to be very, very careful on life insurance policies. But my favorite, but what we're looking for is recruiters that we have here who are dealing with individual companies who are not being able to get health insurance. What Sven does is a little different than what I do. He does more ICRAs. I don't do the ICRAs in Alabama because we are one single payer state, so we can't do it. But we can actually help put together the ancillary products along with the health insurance. So if you have a company who is looking for if you have a company that is struggling with paying their premiums, see if we can help them out by getting them a gap insurance to cover their out-of-pocket expenses. I can be reached at 256-746-9581. My email is rick@life-lineinsurance.com.
Okay, Bruce, good morning.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Memorial Day weekend. It couldn't come soon enough. My name is Bruce Silver. I am the founder of the HRX Network, and we are your cure for HR. And I started with a small insurance company in 1983 called Prudential, and my focus was on employee benefits and health insurance. And after about 10 years of being in the business, it became almost impossible for me to help my clients. So I got involved with something that was called employee leasing companies in those days. And today it's called professional employer organization. And in that time, I have learned that health insurance is just a small issue, overall issue for employers, dealing with payroll, dealing with compliance, dealing with worksite injuries. It is really complex to be a small business owner. And if you are doing it on your own and you are trying to work with a payroll company, and you're trying to work with an insurance broker, and you're trying to work with a 401k provider and put it all together, it can be really challenging. So we work with what I call offsite HR teams that provide all these services for the small business owner. They're able to obtain affordable health insurance. They have lots of flexibility in what they can do. If they have any issues, they pick up the phone. Somebody's there to help them with whatever their problem is. They may not be able to solve it on the spot. It may take a couple of hours or a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but at least you'll have an idea of what the issues are and what the solutions are in remedying the situation. And we help companies find out which of the providers are best for their particular situation. So if you're in a restaurant and you have problems with workers' compensation and you've had some very large claims, workers' comp can put a restaurant out of business if you don't keep your claims in line. And quite frankly, the only way to fix that is by being with a capable PEO that will give you the discounts necessary to get back on your feet and operate profitably. If you know of anybody that has any situations that we might be able to help them with, feel free to have them give me a call at 561-843-4333. Again, the name of my company is the HRX Network. I'm in the 11 o'clock group, and I just want to give a shout out to this group and Howard in particular and Terry. If you're not working with ATA to do your social media marketing for you, he makes what for me has been fairly challenging really easy. Sven has an unbelievable product for anybody that's looking to provide benefits for their employees without breaking the bank and giving employers a lot of flexibility. I know a bunch of guys from the morning group because I used to be in it, and they are excellent. So take advantage of the expertise and the experience that a lot of the folks in this group have, because it's one thing to do what it is that you do, but to have a network of professionals to support your clients is invaluable. So thank you, Howard. Thank you, Terry. And I wish everybody a happy Memorial Day.
Thank you.
Thank
Let's go. Ata, late enough for you?
Yeah, no, that's good. Thank you. Hey guys. Yeah, thanks Bruce for the shout out. But just like to start off by saying 73% of prospective clients base their purchasing decisions based on social media presence. So if you're not posting every day on social media, at least one avenue or one like thing like LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, you're probably losing a client or two a month. Putting stuff together. As you guys know, we have an AI tool that kind of handles your social media accounts without you really lifting a finger for the most part. And our average person that uses our tool sees 2 to 3 more customers a month, or 2 to 3 more leads as well, coming from their social media presence just for them using the tool and posting every single day. So, and it goes worth mentioning that we charge probably like 1/15 the cost of an average social media manager nowadays in the US. So, Bruce and Sven obviously can be good advocates for it. We talk all the time in the WhatsApp group, and we all send our posts. So, that was a great group put together as well. And thanks, Howard.
All right, thank you. TRN Terry, take us home.
Happy Memorial Day. Nice to get a few days off, I'm sure, for everyone. What I do are the leads. Me and my team put them together, make it short and sweet. trnusa.com/leads. And you'll get a sample. And then most people will usually email me, terry@trnusa.com, to ask specific questions. These leads are second to none anywhere in the US. We guarantee 50 brand new leads every month. It's never been 50 in the last, I would say, 6 months. It's been 70, 80, even up to 85, I think, a couple of months. And that's just in it's not counting the ones that have just opened. You get owners' names, phone numbers, email addresses, all about the restaurants. How many do they have? Are they opening more? It's a big deal. So take a look. Any questions, give me a shout. I've had 3 people from this group, 9 and 11, that have just recently contacted me for about the leads, and there is a special price for you. We also have back issues of leads up to 3 years, maybe 4 or 5, but they're not quite the same. Anyway, take a look. Happy Memorial Day. Somebody barbecue for me, okay? Because I can't barbecue where I live. And if I can't find a good barbecue place somewhere, I'm going to be in a really bad mood, Howard. So.
Yes, dear.
And just quickly, a huge proponent of what Terry is doing. I have purchased the lists and had a lot of success with that as an outreach tactic. And then also a big fan of Apple's solution, Rev, for the social media posting. It's just something that doesn't come naturally to me. So I need the help. And it's a great tool to keep consistently posting with engaging content with a significantly reduced workload on my side. So thanks to both of you for useful tools to help me grow Protea.
Vin, I got to tell you, you're my number one client as far as the leads go, all the way around. So I do appreciate that. And everyone, keep in mind, we don't do Georgia anymore, but we have 2 or 3 years back in Georgia as well. And I always forget to mention that for whatever reason, but we do have those. Anyways, say la vie, have a good barbecue, hopefully, somewhere, someone.
Terry, you still there?
Bring your husband to Palisades, and I'll get some ribs at Costco, and
I'm here.
Smoke a run.
Aw. Okay. Thank you. When I was in California, I had a smoker and I used to barbecue all the time. I had a big house and big yard and all of that. Now, living, where I live, there is no barbecuing. And it's like, I almost didn't even take this place 25 years ago because of that. So I always look for a good barbecue somewhere. Anyways, have fun. Whatever you do, have a good time.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Gino,
you're in trouble.
Are you still here, Gino?
Pretty much every.
Just before we leave, I want to double back to you. If you want to add anything, because you've seen what we do. Do you want to add anything?
I would just like to give anyone an opportunity, if they would like to have a one-on-one so I can answer their questions, contact me either by email or telephone. I left them both in the chat. I was asking, is there a way to get a copy of the chat with everybody's contact info, or do you generate a contact
I
list?
send out a spreadsheet to everybody at the end of the meeting with all
Oh,
the contact.
fantastic. So anyone who wants to reach out, feel free. I don't really do a lot of I don't advertise. My customers are my advertising, and my work is my billboard.
Let me ask you a question. Where are you from in New York?
Yeah, it smells.
Whitestone, Queens. I went to Bayside High School. Here, I'll give you a quick one everybody could get a kick out of. I was a freshman when the Wolf of Wall Street was a senior at Bayside High School. I swear to God, I don't know how he didn't get me arrested with him, because I'd have been perfect for his crew.
I told him to
That's not saying much.
It says I'm a hustler and I get things done. That's what it says.
I lived in Bayside for a while, but that's another story.
My
everybody-
neighborhood, if you go back now, it's all, I don't know if it's Korean or Vietnamese or Chinese, but all of the writing is in another language. You can't even keep food.
Yep.
You can't read what it says anymore. It's
Yep.
money. They had the money. They bought it all.
And
That's
we
a
are
whole other issue. All right, let me officially end the meeting unless anybody's got anything they want to do before I do that.
Bill again as our new official member. I didn't get to do that. Absolutely.
I did at the beginning of the meeting.
Yeah, well, I officially
Anyhow,
did
let me
it.
end the meeting so people can get on with their weekend. All right, have a great weekend.
Have a great one, everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Let the sauce be with you.